The headlines: the state funeral of the late Sir David Vunagi is scheduled to take place tomorrow, Thursday, 12 March. Solomon Islands lost another senior statesman, the late Sir Francis Bilihili. And the Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs and its partners marked International Women's Day in Honiara. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanau. The state funeral of the late Sir David Vunagi is scheduled to take place tomorrow, Thursday, 12 March. Tomorrow's event will see the body of late Sir Vunagi taken from his home residence in Okea North Guadalcanal to Parliament for the lying in state before proceeding to St. Barnabas Cathedral for the funeral service. Reflecting on late Sir Vunagi's life, his eldest son, Father Dudley Vunagi, said his father's life was a one of service to the church and the people of Solomon Islands.
Him never take him this for a big man mentality come home. I think with him that me look him and me appreciate him is he's able to put work at work. Time come home, he's just a loving, caring, guiding father no man now. So lo house me no look him as a bishop or as a priest or even time him governor general, me no really look him as a governor general. He puts the work status at where it should be. At home with them, me fellow children, he's just dad. He is a man of principle. His principles are set and me fellow family must abide by those principles. Where him looking that by him developing me fellow in a way that by him benefiting me fellow future. Because most of life below him and our upbringing has been upbringing in a life of service. And it's totok blemolo. The life of service, especially the religious life of service in the church, is God first, family later. And we've learned to accept it. And not only learned to accept it, we've seen the blessings of it.
Meanwhile, St. Barnabas Cathedral Anglican Church Rector John Roroy says he was a role model for many and a man of his words.
Role model Baba Mise and one for a historical figure, both for the nation and the church. And me personally, me cross path with him, this person, as one for a student blame. That is 1995. This for a talk, I do what I say. I think it got a great impact, especially the life of many students that go through St. College. I think many of the students will have to become leaders today, whatever places of work, government, church, private sectors. Me think this will talk, have me molding many of us. For me personally, this will talk, have me always part of life of me too, because that is the principle that me personally, me always look back and say, now, something you may talent, you must be. I think those words itself have been shaping the life of many students.
Late Vunagi was a former Archbishop of Melanesia and Bishop of the Anglican Church of Melanesia from 2009 to 2015. He became the Governor General of Solomon Islands from July 2019 to June 2024. Solomon Islands lost another senior statesman, the late Sir Francis Bilihili. He died at the National Referral Hospital on the 10th of March 2025. Sir Francis was the fourth Prime Minister of Solomon Islands from 18 June 1993 to 7th November 1994. He represented the Ranonga Simbo constituency from 1976 to 1984. He was also the leader of the opposition from 1994 to 1995. He also held a few ministerial positions during his term as a Member of Parliament. A few days ago, the country lost the former Governor General, the late Sir David Vunagi. Now, the Labour Mobility Scheme has injected $431 million Solomon dollars into the Solomon Islands economy in 2024. Alex Dadamu with the details.
The Labour Mobility Scheme has brought SBD $431 million in remittance into the Solomon Islands economy in 2024. LMU Director Christina Marau, in an interview with SIBC News, says while there are some negative impacts, the economic impacts of the schemes far outweigh them. She said more than 7,000 candidates are still in the Labour Mobility Unit work-ready pool awaiting employment. Due to the high number of candidates in the work-ready pool, no recruitment will be carried out for this year and the next year.
one big achievement for the unit because we facilitate implementation of the program. So like this achievement, it's the good side of labor mobility, like the economic benefits of labor mobility. Although there are negative impacts where you survey, but the economic impact of labor mobility is more bigger also and record block central bank normal, but then ini survey that impact blow that remittance far greater. Yeah, so currently 7,500 pala candidates are still waiting in the work ready pool, and for new one for this year or even next year, by him not possible because we have to clear out all the candidates that are still waiting in the work ready pool. Banifala mobilizing Hokata, then Banifal just open him. But for this year or next year, by him hard for Banifal open him because we can't open a new one. We need to manage expectation flow of the currently in the work ready pool. Yeah? So priority belum Banifal law Okatawan so inside law work ready pool this time. Yeah.
She adds that despite the government setting a yearly target, many candidates are still waiting in the work-ready pool because the program is demand-driven, which means it depends very much on approved employers recruiting more workers from the country.
Government got a target for achieving each year. We set targets for unit achieving each year, but I think currently there are a lot of people waiting in the work ready pool, but since this program is a demand driven program, like the unit, we just promote and then we market him normal or the workers blaming so that reputation blaming him maintained, and then more demands and come for Solomon Island workers. So yeah, the scheme is growing and the momentum is there. We just have to keep maintaining good reputation within the program.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
The Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs and its partners marked International Women's Day. Celebrated annually on the 8th of March, the day aims to commemorate women's fight for equality and liberation along with the women's rights movement. International Women's Day gives focus to issues such as gender equality, reproductive rights and violence and abuse against women. Alex Dadamu attended the celebrations and filed this story.
The Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs and its partners marked International Women's Day in Honiara with a 3-day celebrations which started yesterday. This year's International Women's Day is being celebrated under the theme Accelerate Action for All Women and Girls, Rights, Equality and Empowerment. In her remarks at the celebrations yesterday, Minister for Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs, Honorable Frida Rotutafi Rangire, acknowledged the resilience shown by Solomon Islands women.
Women of Solomon Island have proven and plays a vital role as peace builders and contributors to peace building and conflict resolution. However, this role is often unrecognized. The changing landscape of how women and girls experience peace and security, particularly in the context of increasing global shocks such as the COVID-19 pandemic and natural disasters, online harms and climate-induced conflict disproportionately affects women. In times of crisis, women, especially those in rural areas, take on additional burdens, including caregiving, managing sanitation and food security, and helping their families cope with health challenges, including mental health. Despite the challenges, women's resilience and ability to adapt must be acknowledged and supported.
Meanwhile, Australian High Commissioner to Solomon Islands, His Excellency Rod Hilton, said Australia remains committed in supporting all women to strive in their respective sectors.
International Women's Day theme, Accelerate Action, underscores the crucial role of women's economic empowerment. It calls for faster action to break down barriers, ensure that all women and all girls can benefit from greater access to economic opportunity and greater freedom to contribute to and play leading roles in all fields of human endeavour. Australia remains committed to creating opportunities for all Solomon Islands women to thrive. We are investing in economic growth that is inclusive and sustainable, as well as education, health, infrastructure, jobs, skills and connectivity to accelerate progress for women and all Solomon Islanders. We are proud to be your largest contributor to gender equality programs here in the Solomon Islands. Australia is also proud that our support to Solomon Islands continues to have a positive impact, delivering greater gender awareness, improved women's leadership and political participation, the establishment of a national system for responding to violence against women, increased women's financial literacy, and so much more. But achieving greater gender equality is everybody's business. Men must also step up, speak out, and become champions of change.
Women in Honiara came out to celebrate the day at the National Museum.
So team blo celebration blo International Women's Day here in country hemi accelerate action. As a young female of Solomon Islands and someone who can work inside the gender space, gender equality space, this fella accelerate action hem minimum for me progressive na rights blo women and girls inside the Solomon Islands. So having a celebration of seme hem just for come and highlight him na waka webe hem bin kakam and for also making for me go forward more, highlighting the work that has been done and also encouraging me for me work towards having an equal outcome in terms of rights for women and girls inside the Solomon Islands.
Today we are happy to mas for come and celebrating International Women's Day here at the museum grounds, Honiara. It's important time for the women celebrating achievements below Yumi and staka time I'm normal for normalizing to mas now to waka below women hard waka to ya but imi look was normal waka noma but sometimes imi need for come out imi need for celebrating what imi doing how hard waka below Yumi and imi need for find a way forward we bam best to this for modern generation modern era where what na ba imi are able for work together lo him and building better future. So come out me today and purposely for celebrate together with all other women lo here and him just amazing for looking makata the police women lo here or kata staff lo Solomon Waters, Solomon Power, telecom lo there, IT women and me just mix and mingle with them everyone him barava fun and really interesting for looking women breaking the barrier lot of each area lo here and her remote speeches here too him very empowering and I'm good to mas for Save me happy for Save that there are funds and support going into areas where I need for amplifying voices for women, especially domestic violence areas and big too much needing more support. So we've been help out volunteer with them at organization to that fala area. So me happy for looking and hearing that there are funds going into those areas and people really think serious about them this one.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
Still on Women's International Day, the Australian government has announced a new funding support of 46 million Solomon dollars aimed at strengthening women's leadership, women's economic empowerment and support women's fight against domestic violence. Australia's High Commissioner to Solomon Islands, His Excellency Rod Hilton, announced the funding support during the International Women's Day official celebrations yesterday.
Today me bara happy to mas for announcing launch blow new fella investment below Australian side low gender equality low Solomon Islands. Australia by now invest in $46 million go cash from 3 years for stronger leadership, for stronger economic empowerment below women and for outing violence against women and Pickaninny. This name below new investment advancing gender equality inside low Solomon Islands by help unleashing women's full economic potential, reducing low burden, low violence, low women, and removing barriers for women's leadership, particularly low politics. Australia by continue work with them partners blow me fella on action on gender equality within women's right action movement, for example, for increasing women's political representation, low Solomon Islands. Underneath low UN Women's Market for Change program, me fella by ensuring starker more market across low country by continue for improving, continue for improve. Me fella by continue for giving support low Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs for effort blow Keta for implementing national policies blow Solomon Islands government. Also me fella by supporting National Council Law Women, Solomon Islands Women Law Business Association, Voice Blow Mary, West RARA Rotukana Association and the National Disability Forum for supporting women law every area inside law public life.
Mr. Hilton says the voice of women in the country matters and Australia supports the country's efforts to better the life of Solomon Islands women.
And me like for telling Orketa women now girls Los Solomon Islands, you matter. For Orketa women now girls Los Solomon Islands, voice blow you matters. And for Orketa women now girls Los Solomon Islands, safety blow you matters. For Orketa women now girls Los Solomon Islands, prosperity blow you matters. And Orketa women now girls now Solomon Islands, dreams blow you matter. Australia Save, Orketa women now girls matter. And me fella, by all the time stand up with them Orketa women now girls blow Solomon Islands because you matter.
The Minister of Health and Medical Services and Australia's Ambassador for Global Health made a site visit to the Naha Birthing and Urban Health Centre in East Honiara. Ian Kaukui reports.
The Minister of Health and Medical Services, Dr. Paul Bosawai, and Australia's Ambassador for Global Health, Dr. Lucas D. Toka, made a site visit to the Naha Birthing and Urban Health Centre in East Honiara yesterday. The visit was mainly to see the current progress of the health centre construction project. In his remarks during the visit, Dr. Bosawai thanked Dr. Lucas and the Australian government for their support to the project, which is expected to significantly improve the country's health sector.
On behalf of the government and the ministry, I would like to register our sincere acknowledgement to the people and the government of Australia for this project. I would say it's a big physical change that we witnessed today compared to when we launched the project with the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia. On behalf of the government and the people of Solomon Islands, through the Ministry of Health, would like to take this great opportunity to thank Dr. Lucas. You know, your coming to Solomon Islands paved the way, the opportunity to come here and visit again this project, this huge project, and also to thank the workers and the reefs for your wonderful and the great work output that you have showed to us, the people, and also the government. What we have witnessed today, it's a great progress, and I could only say as a Minister of Health, only to anticipate when it's completed and use the facility and continue to save lives and the growth of Solomon Islands.
Meanwhile, contractor Reef International site manager Joe Fry says the work on the project nearly reaches 50% completion. He said the construction work is progressing as planned despite the challenges faced.
We are approaching 50% completion on the structure on the project, and progress is currently on track. So progress to date has seen approximately 2,700 cubic metres of bulk earthworks fill removed from the project, and 1,000 cubic metres of imported fill into the project, engineered structural fill. We have laid 10,000 blocks to date, and we have 18,000 blocks in total on the project. We have completed 780 cubic metres of concrete on the project to date, and we are currently running on program with having great progress in amongst very testing times with weather at the moment being the wet season. But we have a great team on the project. The Reeves Icon team are a young, dynamic team of individuals, and the SIP team are a great bunch of senior, experienced leaders of the project, and together we are building a very strong team, delivering a very good project to the highest quality.
The project is expected to be completed by the end of the year. Yan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
Now, Honiara this week will come alive with the exciting Island Riding Music Show, celebrating Pacific music and culture. Simon Tavake reports.
This weekend, Honiara will come alive with the much-anticipated Island Riding Music Show, celebrating Pacific music, culture and unity, bringing together artists from the Pacific. What makes it even more exciting is that 5 popular artists from Papua New Guinea will also be part of the show, including Saikei, Miriani Masani, Jay Liko, Jaran and Khalidi. They will be gracing the stage this Saturday at the Pacific Crown Hotel. After a press conference this morning, it's clear that Island Rhythm is not just a concert. It is an important event for the growing music scene in the Solomon Islands and the Pacific region.
The biggest thing is just showing the unity between, the Melanesian countries. I don't think anything like this has ever happened before, and I hope this will be the first of many. So just basically Papua New Guinean artists, Solomon Islands artists all coming together on one stage and celebrating our music and our different styles. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just excited to share my culture with a fellow Melanesian nation. So
I think it's a really good opportunity to also, we're here to perform, but also get to meet Solomon Island artists. So I think Mary mentioned the unity, but also being able to connect with, and we just listen to each other and see each other on social media, but now we get to meet them, and hopefully this can open doors to collaborations. And if us Melanesians start to do it, I reckon that it can grow into something a little bit bigger, and maybe some of the other Melanesian brothers, like the ones in New Caledonia or Fiji, Vanuatu, want to get on this, and it can open a lot of doors, and I think it will only elevate the level of music, because I think, in my opinion, Solomon Islands has always been at the forefront of Melanesian music, so it's a really good opportunity for us to meet and connect and collaborate with the artists here, and hopefully it opens more doors, and there'll be more opportunities that other people will probably jump on board and maybe assist Island Rhythm, because it's already going in a direction that hasn't been taken. So hopefully this year fosters more collaboration and more opportunities for us artists.
The music festival will also take funds back in time with performances by the country's legendary musicians.
Oh, and then we have the Solomon Island artists as well. We have 14, 14, the Solomon Island artists that will be performing on the night as well. Most of the artists, Solomon Island artists, are legendary artists there, of the oldies period. So just to name a few, Light Life, Wally Pazzi, Jag, Cool Roots, and not legendary, not oldies period, Yellow, the Solomons, who are out of the performance the night as well. And then we have some of our trending artists, new artists like Jamin, Ramo, Kotsi, Chelsea, Rosie Delma. They'll also be taking the stage too, as part of the Solomon Island artist team. So I think total number of artists performing on Saturday night will be around 19, one night. So it's a really big lineup. So every local artist will have a kickstarting show, and then every PNG artist will have a closing.
The Island Rhythm Music Show this weekend will celebrate Pacific music and culture, featuring local and international artists, including the country's very own legendary musicians. I'm Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
The Media Association of Solomon Islands, MASI, today launched its new office. Ian Kaukui reports.
The Media Association of Solomon Islands, MASI, today launched its new office. Supported by the Australian government, the new office space located at the NPF Plaza building will be the main point of contact for members of MASI. In his remarks at the official opening, Australia's High Commission Political Counsellor Cameron Dara says they support a free and independent media.
MASI HEMI stopped for providing support. HEMI exists for providing support, law media, for media survey providing news and information. And not only this, it supports an environment to enable and to encourage journalists to operate at the highest standards of journalistic ethics and reporting in their day-to-day work. So Australia is bar happy for supporting MASI to secure and outfit this wonderfully centrally located office that we're all in today. And it's really exciting to see this office now up and running and able to provide services for media outlets and its membership in the Solomon Islands. This space is a space to plan, to meet, and to carry out the important work of the Media Association, where HEMI support him and protect and promote an independent, professional and inclusive media sector.
Meanwhile, MASI President Ofani Eremai says the office space will allow MASI to plan and roll out its program to its members.
I think first of all, HEMI was a major achievement. MASI. We have had offices before, and then those offices HEMI closed down due to lack of funding. But late last year, we were able to secure funding support from Government of Australia, and through that funding now we were able to open an office today. Media Law Solomon Island is made up of different organizations, media outlets, and then we have MASI as the body where HEMI is responsible for what members blowing. So the new office HEMI, it's like a new home for what members blow MASI. It's a place that we can come and facilitate training. It's a place that members can come and seek help from not only MASI but from other members too. So I think HEMI is one important establishment and one important space where HEMI by allow members for MASI for come together as people of same industry to share ideas, to interact, and just to meet and support each other. So I think that's the significance of which where we open him today.
Yan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
The people of South Guadalcanal constituency now have access to telecommunication services following the launch of the first ever 4G tower in Malasiu community, South Guadalcanal, last week. This is the first of the 3 towers to be installed in the constituency. In an interview with SIBC News, the Member of Parliament for South Guadalcanal constituency, Honourable Roland Seleso, emphasised the significance of this important project.
Telecommunication infrastructure have one for a very important project where government have been looking that by hemi help out for elevating now economy below you in terms of side law communication people below me fala side law finance business and even education below at beginning below me fala where because I accessing because I'm 4G tower I'm using 4G and I'm carrying very good network where by me giving accessibility for people below me fala South Guadalcanal.
He encouraged his people to take ownership and look after the project.
Time me fala make him launching, then me make him speech below me lo there. Me tell them people that this tower you may not ownership lo him. You may not look up them. Because in return that infrastructure him now by him provide him services for you me in terms of communication. So if you look up them and take care of him, no spoil him, because him very important for you me, lo provide him na communication here.
Now, the Adventist Development and Relief Agency, ADRA Solomon Islands, held an information sharing session on its immunization project in Honiara. Mary Manilegua with the details.
The Adventist Development and Relief Agency, ADRA, Solomon Islands held an information sharing session on its immunization project in Honiara yesterday. ADRA Immunization Project Manager Sharon Keller told SIBC News that the session aims to educate partners and stakeholders on the implementation of the immunization project.
So session this morning, orientation program in which me fala like the stakeholders or the partners, even or those whereby involved, and especially the donor itself for just up to date in what na mi fa doing, and also to inform what na pa mi fala doing lo disala program or project.
Meanwhile, ADRA Director Lane Gantare says that the agency is committed to ensuring justice, love and compassion through its projects.
Because we want to make one purpose. ADRA want to serve humanity, so all may live with as God intended. To serve humanity, so all may live as God intended. Our motto is very simple. We want to share the justice, compassion, and love to everyone. And ADRA is the tool that we are going to reach and share this justice, compassion, and love.
Mary Manilegua, SIBC TV.
And now the latest in sports with Crafton Utukana.
Solomon Kings is the name of the club that Solomon Islands Football Federation, SIF, has applied for to compete in the OFC Professional League next year. SIF President Donald Marahare announced this in an event held last Friday at the Solomon Islands Football Federation headquarters in East Honiara.
I'm pleased to announce that Solomon Islands Football Federation had also submitted its expression of interest to put on a professional club to compete in the OFC Pro League. Interesting and historical it may be, engaging in professional football is indeed an uncharted water for many of us, including the Federation.
As part of its bid to join the OFC Professional League, Solomon Islands Football Federation has partnered with William Wolves FC of Australia.
OFC Professional League gives us an unprecedented avenue to the Federation to engage in new and feasible marketing opportunities and partnerships. In this regard, I'm excited and pleased to introduce to you, our esteemed guests, a new partnership between the Federation and William Wolves FC of Brisbane, Australia.
SIF President Donald Marahare adds, with the initiative, the dream to become professional players will become a reality.
It is the dream of every football player in the Oceania and in Solomon Islands for that matter to become a professional footballer. The dream will soon become a reality as the men's soccer in Oceania is poised to enter a new professionalism with the OFC Pro League set to kick off in early 2026. This competition represents a bold step in creating an aspirational environment for clubs and players, inspiring youth, and paving the way for professional opportunities in Oceania. As been put forward by the OSC, the main objective of the new enterprise is to provide a platform for Pacific Island players to develop at a higher level and put themselves in the international shop window. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In this regard, I'm pleased to announce that this initiative gives birth to the Solomon Islands' first professional football club, the Solomon Kings FC.
Meanwhile, SIBC Sports understands Solomon Islands Football Federation will be selecting players from Super League to form the Solomon Kings FC. Crofton Utukana, SIBC TV.
And that's the news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.